Oftentimes before I leave for work, the show Full House will be on. And, I'll put it on for some background noise and I'll watch it a little bit, even though it's a shitty ass show. But hey, sometimes the shittiest shows are the best to watch. And it's a show I grew up on and watched over the years. But there's always one thing that's bothered me about this show. Well, actually, there's several things that have bothered me. But this one thing in particular is this. The character Jesse on the show has this band called Jesse and the Rippers. And whenever they show this band on the show, it seems like he's always got a different lineup of members. One minute it's a four-piece band, and then the next minute it's like a 10-piece band or an 8-piece band. I mean, you never know. And sometimes it's the same members, sometimes it's different. Except for this one guy who's like in every Jesse and the Rippers episode. And he's the guy who has this curly haired mullet. He has a red haired curly mullet. And whenever I see this guy, I always wonder about him. Because the only thing I know about him is this: he plays the guitar in the band or regular guitar. In the early episodes, it's the keytar. That's the keyboard that's shaped like a guitar. And but other than that, I always wonder about him. Like, what's his relationship to Jesse? I mean, they don't even explain it. Like, how did they meet? And then they don't explain anything about his life outside of the band. Like, where does he work? Is he married? What is his life outside the band? Tell me more about his character. Maybe he could have had his own sitcom that was a spinoff of Full House. Or maybe he could have had his own cop show, where he's a detective in the daytime and a rock star at night. I mean, that just writes itself. So if you know any more about this guy, please let me know in the comments.